Hello everybody, my name is Sarah, and I just wanted to introduce you to the tool, ThingLink. So what exactly is ThingLink? ThingLink is a tool which allows you to make interactive posters, where you can upload an image or photo and add tags with links and embedded feeds from other sites. What's interesting about it is that you can create classes as a teacher, but the only problem with that is that you have to have a paid account, which is about the minimum cost for that is $35 per year. Otherwise, you can have your own individual account, like a student and a teacher, but without any collaboration. So I wanted to actually take a look at this tool and see how it worked. So I created my own ThingLink production. So this is actually a picture of a place that I had gone to on vacation called Letchworth State Park, which is known as the Grand Canyon of the East. So I added a few different tags here, the first being the label, the Grand Canyon of the East, because that's what it's known as. I also added an embedded feed from Google Maps. This can easily be done by just clicking on the Google Map, and there's a link. There's a sidebar setting that you can just embed the link, the feed of the map onto another site. So I had just done that. And I also additionally added just a pop-up you could click on, and it'll take you to a site which gives you a virtual tour of this location. So some possible usages of this site. I had looked through some teacher reviews, and some of the ways that teachers tend to use this is having students break down complicated vocabulary words through using different audio, as well as images and definitions. Another way is history teachers sometimes use it as a way for students to highlight different aspects of historical events by tagging different parts of the picture of a famous battle with more information about it, or location tags, and also embedding additional videos or images. And another way that I had found, which was interesting to me because I would like to be a math teacher, is students working together in groups and labeling different portions of a graph in a group activity with formulas and definitions of roots and other important features of the graph. And another way, sometimes English teachers use that as a way for students to identify literary devices. So they may learn about literary devices, but if they're given a passage, identifying it and giving the explanation of it is another activity that students can do as well. So I looked through some of the reviews, and I had read through a few of them, and some of them, the main highlights of it is that ThingLink is a great tool for reinforcing more complex concepts because it makes it easy to store information with a variety of different representations. And it's also great for helping students develop conceptual understanding, and is easy for students to learn to use. If you want to read more into some of these reviews, as well as more information about the site, I recommend you clicking on the link at the bottom. So some of the pitfalls of this site is that even though it's highly ranked, one of the issues is the limitations with the free version. Students cannot collaborate with each other, classes cannot be created, and there's a limited number of views on presentations which are created by free users. So you can either create a public presentation or a private one, and when you make a public presentation, there's a limited, I think, to about 1,000 views of your presentation, so you cannot have people continuously looking at it. Additionally, the minimum cost for using ThingLink as a collaborative classroom tool is $35 per year. And also, there are some mixed reviews if this is really a good tool to use for younger students, because you do have to learn the technology, and especially if you try to embed feeds and other things like that, that can be a difficult process to do. I tried it myself. Even though Google Maps was kind of easy, having to learn how to do that for a young student is very difficult to do. So in my opinion, I think that it is a great tool for teachers and students to use to make interactive flashcards and use multiple different representations to understand a concept. And I also think that it is an interactive way for students to give presentations on a topic by including tags with maps, images, definitions, videos, and more. And I personally think that a nice possible way to use it in a classroom is creating concept review guides that students can reference throughout the year. And I also especially like the idea of having group work where students can identify parts of graphs and reinforce their conceptual understanding. So that's a way, those are a couple of ways that I think that I could possibly use this in my classroom. I also overall just think it's a really great tool to use because one of the things that we've been learning about recently is the importance of getting in touch with multiple different representations and using them in your classroom. And I think that this is a great tool that reinforces that and allows for it. Also, it allows for students who may be ESL students, and you can include things with videos in other languages or like translation guides or different things like that. So I do think that it is a great tool to use in the classroom. So I do have a couple of questions that I did want to ask. So one of the things is, how do you think that you could use ThingLink in your classroom? If you're an elementary school student, I had said before that it could be possibly challenging, but even if you are an elementary school student, do you think that there is a way that you can use this in your classroom? Or if you're not planning on being a teacher, do you think that there's a way that you could use this tool just in general? Also, do you think that this is a tool which allows for more conceptual understanding of a topic? And would you advocate for your school district to subscribe to use this tool in all classes? I personally definitely would do that because I think it is a great tool. And even though it seems like math is one of the most difficult subjects to use this in, reading different reviews, there are ways to use it for math teachers. And also there's a lot of the reviews show that history teachers and English teachers love to use this as well. So I do think that I would personally advocate for it, but I was just wondering if that's what you guys would do as well. All right, thank you for listening.